next segment
Oh,
that
yeah?
I want to talk through. Yeah, bro. So we're ramping up, obviously, here in college basketball, but college football. There's obviously been some disdain for the postseason. How can college football, and Jay, we can start with you. How can it improve to get to the college basketball level? Because everybody loves March
Can
Madness.
I say something before you start? Can you guys in college football, the leadership, can you just play the games a little bit closer together? Like,
Yeah. Now
please,
that part I agree with.
go ahead. But that, I mean, that
Facts.
since I've been alive, this is a hill that I'll die on. If you guys would just play the games closer together, then more people would care about it, and you could get something kind of like this. We don't need more teams. We don't need to fill out brackets or whatever.
Nope.
Like it's two different sports.
Mhm.
You guys just play it all in the same month. I think it would help a lot.
Oh, two things you said there were incredibly beautiful. We don't need more teams. This tournament does not need to get bigger in college football. 12 is enough. 12 is enough, because the one thing I love about college football, and you've heard this from other college football podcasts, I know Pate certainly carries the water for it, but I agree with him. The emphasis of college football and what made college football so beautiful and incredible was that out of every other sport that we have, they're all playoff driven. College football was not.
Yeah.
For the majority of its time, for its heyday, for what made it what it is and how awesome it was, it came down to the 12 Saturdays you get from that Labor Day weekend until December. Those were the heyday. Those were the moneymaker. It was a regular season Saturday. It wasn't the playoff format. It wasn't the end of season, the postseason. It wasn't the race for the pennant. It wasn't the wild card games. Like, it wasn't any of that. It was, we have a random Saturday in October, and it's a matchup between number 2 and number 4, and it's for everything that they want in December. That was the emphasis. That was the goal. To me personally, to say college football wants to get to, I guess, the success level of college basketball is just backwards, because college football's playoff is more successful, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It pulls more viewership. Yeah. It's more highly anticipated. It doesn't have the same feel.
Doesn't have
but
that
I don't
moniker.
think. It doesn't have that 64 teams, and it doesn't have that. Don't get me wrong. I know Indiana did what they did this year, but that's because the playing field's been leveled because of NIL. It's never had that. This Cinderella team could make a run that I think carried a lot of water from March Madness for so long, and I think is a big emphasis. If somebody's like, "Hey, I want to see this team I've never heard of. I don't know where they are. I couldn't hear their I couldn't tell you who their mascot is. Beat Duke or beat Kentucky in that opening weekend." Like, that's who I want to see. That's the appeal of March Madness, in my opinion. And then to relate it back to college football, I mean, I think 12 teams. I was very scared of 12 teams for a long time, because I thought it was going to water down the regular season.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to ruin, like, Alabama, LSU, number 2,
It has. Like,
it's different, but it's not as severe as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
like, those
no,
games still, like, the
Yeah.
weight of the Tennessee Oklahoma game to me this year still carried a lot of weight, even though both those teams had losses at that point. Like, it still felt like the urgency of the moment. That's the appeal. That felt like it was still there. Now, if you go to 24, I think you lose. I think if you go to 16, you lose that.
No, yeah.
Like,
You
you,
go to
lose that
14,
even
you
more.
lose
I mean,
that.
I just like.
Damn, am I on an island?
Yeah. Any
you're-
increase in the college football playoff
I
doesn't need
there's
to be a thing.
There's no matchup separator like in college basketball where you have the 3-point line.
Yeah. There's no, because, and I remember when the 12-team playoff came out, a lot of people were saying, like, well, look at these Cinderella stories. Look at this 16 seed. It's like, guys, you when it comes to college football, this is a fundamentally different sport. You don't have 5 guys. You don't have one dude that can get hot from the 3 and win a game for you. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
So your Cinderellas in college football aren't going to be Florida Gulf Coast. They're not going to be UCF, back when they were in the American. It's going to be like Ohio State, 11-2, and then they ripped off 4 wins in a row to win a national championship because they had a loaded roster.
And
like,
nobody asked to watch Tulane and James Madison in the first round.
No,
like,
no.
There was no legitimate college football fan that was like, man, if we could just get the green wave, if we could just get them to get slaughtered in the first round, like, and you're right, that's what happens. It's a team sport more than Jack Golke running around just bombing threes on Kentucky. Not that the other players on Oakland didn't do a lot that game, but everybody knows it was that guy.
For sure.
It was him.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, the 6th man of the year, the guy coming off the bench in basketball is great, but like the great separator in college football has always been your 2 deep.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like how are you depth wise, legitimately? Because it's a contact sport. It's an injury driven sport. Like guys get hurt, and sometimes those injuries are long term. Sometimes they're short term. Sometimes they're just enough to make a moment in a game where somebody makes a big play and they carry the momentum. Like your two deep has always been the important factor, and that's just not the way it is in basketball because you just don't have as many guys, and it's not a contact sport. Like I don't get me wrong, guys run into each other. I'm not trying to say that there's no physicality to basketball, but it's not even close to the same.
You can literally just lean on somebody.
Yeah, you can literally push a dude and land on him, and like it's a different sport. So, I mean, I again was hesitant. I thought we should have tried 6 and then 8, and I thought we should have worked our way to 12. I thought the 14 playoff. I thought 6 would have been perfect. I thought first 2 seeds get a bye.
There were always 2 teams that you could say legitimately had cases, and they were legitimate powerhouses. Now, that was at the start and before the NIL era. So right now, who knows what that would look like? But when we're talking about like, man, dude, Arizona State got really snubbed here at the 15. No, they didn't.
No,
they don't deserve to be playing this type of playoff football. Like, go have fun in your bowl game. Go to the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Like, eat it up.
We've seen ass whippings early. Like it's been a bad product the first weekend.
Yeah, and I mean that's not a brand exclusive thing. Like that sometimes that like there are named teams that get blown out in the first, and there's still like I mean in the 14 playoff we still had blowouts. Look at the Georgia TCU game. Exactly. Like that was
that's just a
massacre. But like I mean that was a different era in the sport, and the roster disparity was just much greater. You're not seeing teams like that 2020 Bama, 2019 LSU, 2021 Georgia. Like you're not going to see that in football anymore. It's just not there because it's kind of done, in my opinion. I know we talked a little bit about NIL and college basketball. The way that those two, that the NIL apparatus has operated in football and basketball, to me almost feel like they're polar opposites. Because it feels like it's leveled the playing field in college football and it's stacked the chips in college basketball. Because don't get me wrong, we still have these lower seeds, these Cinderella teams getting into the tournament. But you look at like the Sweet 16 now, and it's college basketball blue bloods, and then guys that upfronted for a roster. Like that's it's so. And again, it's because you don't have to spend as much in basketball to get a competent roster because there's just not as many guys.
Yeah,
like you spend as much on your quarterback as some college basketball rosters are in total.
Sure,
and I know Kentucky in the 20 million. Like I get it. I'm not saying everybody did that, but Kentucky's not in the tournament anymore, so. You know, some schools have probably spent closer to the 4 or 5, maybe 8 million.
This is an anti-Kentucky podcast.
No. I got some Kentucky boys, and I love them, and but they were very relieved when Kentucky lost because they're like, at least I don't know this anymore. So
it's tough How are you on an island here?
So what?
What is the?
I got to hear your defense for this.
This is where I'm at. I mean, truly, it's 2 things. Number one, I would like there's 3 things. 2014 playoff. This is where I'm at. All right. That's where
2014. Okay.
I want conference championships to go away entirely.
Oh, I hate
there
that.
to just be an outright winner.
Like a regular season winner.
Regular season winner. Championships are done. All right. It's just hey, you have the most conference. You won the SEC, and then you're slotted into these spots.
Joseph, can you pull up the SEC standings for this year? I just want to.
Yeah. So what happens is the season is going to end the first weekend of the following year. All right. So we're going to start our games on December 1st with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have your top 8 get a bye. And then the other 16, there's 8 football games the first weekend. Then the winner of those 8 go against your top 8. And then after that, that's the second weekend. Then the third weekend is going to be the final 8.
Yeah.
And then Christmas weekend is going to be, New Year's Eve is the big, you know what I'm saying?
Final 4,
The final 4 games, and then you got your final 2, and then your national championship to be played on like January 7th.
See, that's not bad. Now, if they were going to do a 2014 playoff, that's fine. If you're just going to give me 6 weeks of college football action, sure.
Yeah.
Fine. You know what? I still disagree with it. I don't think we should do 24 teams. I think that there are not 24 teams worthy of a playoff. But
the reason I'm saying the 24 team, because you said they're not worthy, but bro, these bowl games, I'm so sick of seeing just the practice squad out there.
Yeah.
Like there's no incentive. So instead of going to like the Belk Bowl in Charlotte, bring the Belk Bowl to Neyland Stadium and just be like, hey, this is the Virginia versus Tennessee Classic brought to you by Belk. And everybody gets like Belk gear. You know what I'm saying? Just eliminate, put the Outback Bowl, but these blue chip, the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, keep those where they're at later. But these bullshit bowl, the Pop-Tart Bowl, make that the Pop-Tart Classic, Georgia versus
I think something,
Hank, no Pop-Tart Bowl slander
not
here,
bullshit.
brother.
Yeah.
Listen.
It's the one bowl we keep forever.
I think where your head's at is good, because I agree that something has to be done about bowl season, because nobody really cares about it anymore.
Yeah, bro.
The players don't care, the coaches don't care, the fans don't care. Like, that's fine. I think really what you're proposing, something that would really eliminate a lot of the things that the problems that you have, a lot of college football fans have, and keep the integrity of the playoff to where we're putting the best product on the field we can with the playoff. But just have a college football NIT. Like
that's what I want.
Why can we not have, if you want to do 24 teams, why can we not have a 12 and 12? Like, why can't we have the best 12? We'll keep our 12-team college football playoff. Like, that's fine. I get that Pandora's box is already open. I get it. We're not putting it back in. We're not going back down to 4 or 6. But the 12 best teams that don't make the college football playoff, and I'm totally good with having like a group of 5, a like 2 or 3 group of 5 spots in here. If they want to take their big shots at the big power conference teams, great. I think it solves the issue of the practice squads. I think more players are obviously going to stick around for the college football NIT. I'm not saying they're all going to. I understand that there's going to be a bunch that declare for a draft. But if there's a chance for a trophy, it's going to attract more athletes back. Also, you get that group of 5 aspect. You also get some teams who feel like, hey, maybe we should have been in the 12-team college football playoff. Look at this run that we just went on. You get some teams that get healthy, that were injured, banged up the whole year, that like squeak into the back half of the top 25. They get a chance to exercise their demons while keeping the integrity of the college football playoff, which I think everybody wants. Everybody wants it to be as prestigious as possible.
Well, I still think, too, where you can implement the bowl stuff is these sponsorships create an NIL package, like how they did with the Golden Tournament in Vegas.
Yeah.
Make it so, I mean,
like a Maui Classic type thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, or what they did in Vegas the early part of the year for the basketball teams that everybody played in. Make it so worth their while. Like, this will have to come through some sort of bowl collective. Like, you're taking Belk's money, you're taking Pop-Tart money, you're taking Cheez-It money, you're taking, Green Grass Grows Mo Cutters money, like all of them.
Valor Alamo, is that it?
Yeah.
Valor,
it's like whoever wants to pony up, like 25% of your payment to be a bowl sponsor is going to the net, and make it so worthwhile. Make it so worthwhile that, it's going to draw sponsorship. Dude, can you not tell me that if we had Notre Dame and insert 13th or 14th best school,
Vanderbilt,
Notre Dame in Texas,
Texas,
Vanderbilt and Texas playing, I think people would pony up. And even if it was, I think there's a lot of guys that would stick around. And I think with them doing a better job with the transfer portal, and you start to move it closer to the first semester, then you're going to make sure, like, hey, man, these guys might still play. And if my backup can make, $48,000 or $50,000 extra this weekend, and then make $100 the next weekend, and make $200 the next weekend, holy shit, I'm in, dude. Yeah. I mean, make it like, not, I mean, it's life-changing money, but make it worth their while.
May honestly help with getting kids to stick around too, because you look at 12 additional teams who now have a better financial incentive for lower level kids to stay at these programs and not just jump ship, because there's no incentive to winning the Pop-Tarts Bowl. I get it. You get to eat the Pop-Tart. Like, that's awesome. But like,
Pop-Tarts are dope.
Yeah. That's cool. But like, $50K, like, you
can get a lot of Pop-Tarts.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of Pop-Tarts. Especially too, I mean, I just don't think it'd be too crazy to add in, I mean, $1 million prize pool is not going to be that hard with that advertising.
Yeah.
Especially if you're telling me we get Vandy versus, I don't know, whoever the 23rd best team is, like that would be awesome. Like, Pavia's never going to, I know he's going to try to go play in the pros and whatnot, but maybe he's like, man, this would be so much fun. And, you try to, it's all going to become advertising, but you do that, make it worthwhile. I think it'd work.
I like your style.
Yeah. NIT.